Here we go, socket 2011 3930. All settings set to ultra on Battlefield 3. Ultra, 4 times, 16 times, everything set to ultra. Full high def resolution. We will jump in here right off the bat. .53 frames, 42 frames a second. Alright, this is my first high-end build that I did last year. Fully water-cooled, radiator on the back, multiple 120 Antex. It's got 2 G-Force 480s in Sly, air-cooled. 480s are, which I am about to change that. So let's go in and look at the new rig I'm gonna build. To very high performance dual LED red fans. Alright. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that motherboard. Socket 2011. 6 PCI Express. And I have a socket 2011 3930 unlocked. Alright, I've got the radiator mounted, my fittings ready. Okay, with air box in between. Should be sweet. 44 frames per second. Alright, so I got set to attach my heat killer CPU water block, and the springs and such don't seem to be correct for this particular situation. This is a socket 2011, and the socket holes are compatible, but not all the mounting brackets. You have to probably modify. So what I'm going to do is go to the hardware store, and I am going to buy a screw that will allow me to have some tension when I screw it in, and just a little bit longer screw, and I believe I'll be in good shape. Okay, after having a setback with the water block, I decided to move on to other things. I set my 16 gigs of Corsair memory in there, and I happen to have 2 of these awesome RAM coolers. But if you look very closely, let me move this around here. The bottom of that RAM cooler may affect my video card situation. I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I get to that point. But I'm going to get my 480s out of the big machine in here and put this nice little 275 in it. Ooh, that ought to be fun. Okay, back to the new build, getting the video cards ready, and I have one screw that would not come out. So I drilled the center out of it, and I'm now going to try to extract it using a small, very small screw extractor. So there you go. I've just basically drilled a small hole. I'm going to now try to remove that screw. Alright, after having initial problems installing this heat killer CPU water block with the spring that they sent me, I went down to my local hardware store and purchased some washers, as you can see there, and some shorter springs. And I'm pretty confident I got it on there well. I've applied my thermal paste, Arctic Silver 5. Should be good. Let's see, Arctic Silver 5. And I'm fairly confident in what's going on. So, okay, great. Socket 2011 CPU water block heat killer just installed. Okay, I'll be back soon with more on this amazing build. Update to the 2011 socket build. 3930, 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance, heat killer heatsink, full water cooled, 2 480s in Sly, Coolants cards, Coolants full card heatsinks, 800 liter per hour pump. I like to cable tie and wrap all my wires so they look nice. Air box in between my fans. Fan controllers for the rear fans and rear lights scheme. Radiator and water reservoir. Almost done. Almost ready to test the loop. Okay. Alright. Here it is, the 2011 socket 2011 3930 build with the heat killer CPU cooler. Had to modify that with my own springs. Everything's custom here. These are fan and light controllers for the back fans. They adjust the speed and the light mode that it's in. You can turn the lights off or make them flash, do various things. But 2 more hard drives to install and a Blu-ray drive, and I'll close it up and give you a final look of it running. It is sporting a Corsair 120 SSD. And it seems to be running good.